Blemish, he used the word blemish. What are you? You are nothing but a blemish on my being or something. My own blemish on my own blemish on my being. That's what he implies, that it is his creation. So what he needs is that, well, but how can we erase, how can a blemish erase blemish itself? There is one way. Haven't you heard anything like that? There was a dark spot there, now I see it so faint. What has happened? Oh, it must have been exposed to the sun. You say it, isn't it?
Right. It fades away.
You follow what I say? Gradually, no, but it's because of the wind and the seasons most probably. You say it that way. But that's an example, you see. That's how we have to expose ourselves to the sun in the heat and in the rain and in all that. Get ourselves, we can erase ourselves. It's that. It takes time. What's the hurry? How many millions of years have passed to see being a blotch and blemish? But when the time comes, we are racing towards it, want it to be done soon, soon, soon. Because we know the value of the purity that is. We know now, we have become aware that nothing but blotch is there, blemish is there. And the only thing is through humility. That's how it is. Become humble, efface yourself. Why should I do that? Who are you to tell me to efface myself? I still remember Gary Kleiner or Gary. By the way, have you all heard anything about Gary?
No.
Nothing.
Yes, we heard something.
Huh?
We heard something.
What is that?
Maybe you've heard it already. About his mother's passing away
Yeah, that we have heard.
and the whole, how it occurred.
Yeah.
You heard about that.
No, but what about him? Where is he now? When is he coming? Nothing. So what happened when naturally some topic came about in the early years when he was a little younger one, a kid. So he come and he said, and he'll put all sorts of questions and all that. So I said, all that I heard, Gary, all that we need to do is to efface ourselves. We have to be humble. You know how Gary is.
I know.
Have you met Gary?
Yeah.
So one day he comes and says, hey, Raj, hey, what do you mean by effacing yourself? If I were to efface myself, then who is there to experience it then? Efface to do what? To experience your true self, isn't it? But if I am effaced, then who is there to experience that? I said, what do you mean by effacing it? What happens is you have to efface your assertions, the assertions that are there. Why you assert? Because you are individual. You want to be what you are and all that. What needs to be done when you gradually efface yourself? Your individuality is encompassing. Now you try to segregate yourself from others. When you say that you are superior, you are the best, you are better, and like that. So when you are in a process of effacement, what happens is that your individuality expands and encompasses all in creation. It's not that you are lost. On the contrary, your individuality will be lost. How? By encompassing all. You will expand, encompass all.
We can see that in the Mandali, in all of you.
Oh, you really? It was news to us,
How much more expansive your world. How you can. I've never seen you not love someone. They don't have all these barriers.
I don't know, but love is quite different.
But you know what I mean? You don't seem to have as many barriers towards being open to people as we do. So.
Wait a minute,
He wanted something and I stopped him from having it, so how can I love
put
him?
it away.
So that's where you can efface a little bit, let go of that.
What happens is that what needs to be done is not to harbor any ill will or ill feeling in our hearts. Yeah. Love is quite a different thing,
Yeah.
Ginny. Yeah, we cannot, it's such a thing, it's a terrible thing, I tell you. It consumes you. You cannot sit here and talk of love. The one who has even tasted a bit of love will not sit and talk of love. Yeah. He gradually gets himself or herself consumed in it. But we can do one thing, to getting towards it, as he says, is harbor no ill will for others, no ill feelings for others, no grudges, no backbiting. If all these are little things that you have to develop all that. And then you get on at the threshold of love. Yeah. And then the gift comes. And love is nothing but the gift from God to man. Yeah. You cannot have it on your own. Yeah. That's what he said.
Eruch,
And in spite of him having said this, yes, brother,
I was just gonna say about feeling love. I was just gonna say a while back I was reading this little Hafiz poem somewhere, and he was talking about that. He was saying he's glad that his master lived in a one-story house because when his heart came alive, he used to jump through the windows.
it was so fortunate that it was just one story. That's true. What was I saying? In spite of that, he says, he says to us, he tells us that love is a gift from God to man. And we have been hearing all that and we just hear it through our ears, and that's all. But we don't act upon it. We don't because we don't have the urge to want to have that love. We want nothing. I don't know what spell he had cast on us. We were just, can't call it satisfied also. We were just by his side, that's all. Not that we wanted it, not that we had the urge for it, but he picked like that and kept us there. That's how it is. So one day he tells me from here, from this very seat, and I'm sitting here. So all of a sudden, out of the blue, he tells me, "Do you love me?" So I don't know, I said. "You don't know?" With a frown he says, "You don't know? Then why are you here?" "I don't know." That's a true answer. That's what it is. What can I say? Why am I here? I don't know why I'm here. I don't know whether I love you or not. So through exasperation he says, "Come here." So I go there. And he puts his cheek out and says, "Kiss me here and say I love you, Baba." So I just do that. Is this the way to kiss me? You see? Kiss me properly and say properly, "I love you, Baba." I love you, Baba. That's finished. Again, after about 6 months, again he starts saying the same thing. "Do you love me?" I said the same thing, and again there is. So 3 times it happened like that. Now see the stupid mind. What's the matter with this old man? He's suffering from scarcity of love or something like that. That's my mind says. Living with him. What's the matter with this old man? Why does he want people to love him and all that? He's starving of love or something. That's what it is. Yeah. But then gradually he sowed the seed of love. Gradually, yeah. You can't have it. When you sow the seed, you can have a huge flourishing tree with fruits. Gradually. So I then began to, after he passed away, he says, "Why did he say that? What is it?" And love began to sprout.
Eruch, I was struck by what you said this morning, that you would gladly forego God realization if you could live with him
All the time, yeah.
So there was something that you were feeling towards him, even though you won't call it love.
I don't know what it is, nothing. It's a spell, He cast a spell.
Still does.
No, but it is so overwhelming. How can be described life with him? See, that's the thing. It goes beyond words. We can tell you the other things. Yeah.
But that you just don't know. You just can't say that.
We can't say it. We can't describe it. We can't. We can say how we lived, when he came, what did he do, and this. All we have been saying, we are not keeping anything hidden or secret. We have opened our hearts and everything. You know what? Everything has been told. What us. Nothing has been kept secret from you all. But we cannot. We would want you all to know when we say that his presence was so overwhelming. But what is that? We can't describe that. Yeah.
Is the difference between being without him after having been with him, does it make ordinary reality even much more unpleasant because of that comparison?
It's just the same. Yeah. As people sometimes ask me, does it make any difference now that his physical presence is not there or anything? So, but the answer is, no, I don't feel that way. The answer is like that, when he was physically present with us, he would send us out on errands and assignments and we'll go out and we have that feeling that he is there. So that same feeling continues here, you follow? It's just like having sent out on an assignment or for some work of his, that's all. He is there. That is the feeling.
So you still feel some of that spell that you felt when you were in his presence?
Yeah, it's like that. Otherwise, why would I want to sit here and be here?
But you at least have the gift of some moments to think of him, and maybe you say your love has grown since.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
That little change there.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Yeah. And I still laugh on my own stupidity, and I confess that this is what happened. Yeah.
Well, you were the instrument of his work.
Huh?
You were the instrument of his work.
Enthusiasm.
I do it now. We all talk to you all about him. Yeah. I lost opportunities. Really speaking, we didn't even see him, look at him. I looked at his fingers, looked at his board and all that. People asked for, well, I lost the opportunity.
You played cards with him. And I remember you saying one time, those who come after will miss his humanity and long for his divinity, and those...
Yeah, we missed his divinity.
Yeah.
That's what I told you, I think.
Yeah.
That was my complaint to him, because they come here only for a short while and they say, no, and all that sort of thing. You see, I hear, because I'm in the crowd, and I hear from a distance from here, what divine look at how you... And so I just hear, and then continue with what he's saying. So, and then after the crowd goes away, then he is limp and we have to lead him out to his room. So I said, when he asked me that, how did they find the day and all? I said, they found very well. It was so good and so pleasant. It was a great day, no doubt, very grand. So I burst out and says, is it in my fortune that I have to handle this body, this limp thing that is there, and people come for half an hour or short time, and they just get the flavor and fragrance of your divinity and glory and all that. Is this in my fortune? Is this how I'm blessed with? He said, yeah.
You said that to him?
Yeah, I told him that. I still remember. And then he said to me that, yeah, that's it, yeah, that's your fortune, to handle my physical frame, body and all. A day will come, you see, and you are debarred of my divinity. The day will come after I pass away, when people will come to you. They will want to know of my physical presence, every little detail about it, and all that. And through them, my divinity will be revealed to you. Through them means who are asking that. Yeah. Which I find that is so true. It has come true. through your eyes, through your enthusiasm, through your eagerness. That's how I feel, yeah. And when the first lot had come, invariably they'll ask me about everything, every little detail about his. Well, did he have his teeth? Did he wash his mouth? Did he gargle? Did he sneeze? Did he snort? All that sort of thing. But real longing, real wanting to know, about his physical being. Coming here almost every
That's
year.
what I mean. I'd love to hear all these little details, but you never talk about them anymore.
But you all never asked me, this is what kind of the first lots for about 3 or 4 years. They came, they always asked me that. Yeah. Yeah, he snored loudly.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he sleep on his back?
He slept on his back like this and would take a turn also. Yeah. That's how I dared one day to commit theft in his room because he snored. You haven't heard all that. What were you doing when you came here?
I was probably too intoxicated when I first came here. Busy crying in the corner or something.
He did snore. He snored. Occasionally snored loudly. So that while sitting outside the closed door, because I would be keeping night watch, so I would hear that and feel that, well, he is resting and snoring. Yeah. So what happened one day, we are in Bombay at Arnavaz's flat called Ashiana. So Arnav was a bit indisposed at that during the days that Baba was there. So after a day or two, Baba noticed her and says, "What's the matter with you?" And Baba says, "Why don't you take Aspro?" There was that. Have you heard the name Aspro?
It's probably like
aspirin and
yeah.
all that. She said, "Yes, Baba, I will take it." So take Aspro and it's all right. Your fever and everything will go, headache and all. But because she was looking after the women Mandali there and Baba there and all, she somehow or other forgot during the whole day. But while she is going to bed at about 10 o'clock in the night, she remembered Baba had asked me to take Aspro and I haven't taken it. Just because he told. Yeah. So she is very meticulous about that. So she comes frantically to me and says, "Eruch, what can I do? Baba told me to take Aspro and I haven't taken it yet." I said, "So what? What to do now?" So the shops are all closed now. I said, "The shops are closed, those are gone." And, "No, but I have got it. But unfortunately it is in the room where Baba is sleeping." "So where is it?" I said. In the corner that is there, not this side where the bed is there, no. In the other corner there's a cupboard there. There are medicine chests there. And the clear bottle is there as per. I said, "Oh, don't worry, I'll get it." "But how will you go? Why? How Baba will be disturbed?" "No, he's snoring. Can't you hear him snoring?" So I opened the door, because I had the access to his room. So I opened the door quietly, gently. Took my shoes off and started going very softly. Opened the cupboard. Thought comes to my mind that even in God's presence in his own room I can commit a theft and he does not know. Yeah, it's a fact, I tell you. So that's how I opened the door, got the Aspro bottle, got out slightly. And while I'm returning, I said, "I have won the race. I can commit a theft in his room." And he does not know. And as I put my step across the threshold, just very softly, "Who entered the room?" I said, "I entered it." "What?" "No, Arnavaz wanted Aspro." Okay. Just to make me know. He will never say that I know you had this thought or anything else. Nothing of that sort. Very natural. But it gave me a lesson. Yeah. Same thing with Gustaji. You know that Gustaji is what happened.
What? I don't know which story until you start telling
Just
it.
go, oh yeah, that one, Gustachi, oh yeah.
You know it. You don't know?
Yeah. Adair hasn't heard that one.
Yeah, it's a very good one. Very how alert he is. In House book there is also a mention about him sleeping, and what's the title of the book?
While the world
While the world slept. He has given his stories about his keeping watch. So this happened with Gustaji. It's not in that book. We were there, 4 of us were there. Means Gustaji, myself, Pendu and Baldur on a must tour. We have gone to a far away place from there. And there's a place called Girnar. It's a mountain. So we got the address that there is a must there living there. So Baba was taken there, and it was a very tiring journey. Whole day we spent there. Poor Gustaji could not walk. He was an old man. So I still remember having tied a rock he got here, tied because of his knees paining and all that. So that's how it was. Now when we used to go out for such must hunts and all that, Baba was very compassionate that he wouldn't want me to keep night watch all night throughout, but we had turns, 2 hours each. So my hour is for the first shift, and the last shift will be my hours. So I had the Mandali slept. So we came to back to the city, and the city now where to go. So there is. Usually at the time, nowadays also there must be the same thing. Wherever there is, like your Baba's tomb, you have got this place for pilgrims to come and rest and all that. Yeah, so likewise, Muslim saints and masters, there was a building there, there was the tomb shrine of there, and nearby the tomb shrine, there was there were rooms for the visitors. So when we reached there at about 10:30, there's somebody there, we asked, we are tired and all that, can we come and rest for the night? So you have got only one room. So we want only one room. What about the rest? So we'll sleep somewhere on the corridor. So he gave us the room. Baba is sitting, and Baba is made to rest there. Nice bed was there and all that. And like the benches that are there outside there, this is a room, benches there. The benches were there, but they were of masonry benches, brick and cement. So I sat there, and usually Baba would always want us, just before he goes to rest, and we shut the door, he said, keep your eyes wide open. He will always say that. Means keep awake. We say, yes, it was a perennial thing. So, well, that's my turn, I'm sitting there. Fine. My 2 hours are over, so I had to go and wake up Gustaji. Gustaji's turn was next. So Gustaji came. And he is there. So he sat there. Now, we were so tired when there was no such thing as eating food or supper or dinner or anything else. We had to go to rest. We preferred to rest than to have any meal. That's how our plight is usually. So that's how it is. So Gustaji must have gone to bed immediately, and I woke him up from sleep. So he's there. And when you wake up from sleep, you feel like piddling. And Gustaji was an old man. So after a while, he's sitting there. I don't know anything about it. Gustaji narrated later on. And Gustaji knew the rules, not to budge, not to shake, not to do anything, not to create disturbance, not even the slightest noise, you see. So he's sitting quietly, but he gets the urge to piddle. Now when he comes there, how can he do that? He can't piddle because it's all a sanctified place. It's just like this veranda. He won't want to piddle on the veranda here now. He does not know what to do. He cannot control himself. It's unbearable now. You know how it is. So he sees that, well, I'm an old man. I think Baba wouldn't mind my just putting a step behind the benches. That will be the safe border, you know. I can piddle there, thinking that there is a ground there. So he looks there, and it's dark and all that. So he unties his knot, stands up on the bench, bends down, puts his leg out there, just hold the thing and jump down. Just then Baba started clapping. He was snoring, Baba snoring. And he said, now Baba wouldn't mind. All the time sharp clapping came. So immediately, you know, when something urgent happens, you just withdraw the urge, you know.
Yeah.
It all fades out. So he comes inside. So Baba says, don't keep your eyes wide open and just be there where you are and all that stuff. So Gustaji is in silence, Baba is in silence, but he understands this. Yeah. So that's how Gustaji comes and sits there back. Urge had gone, urge had left. Again the urge came with vengeance. And he does not know what to do now. Again Baba is snoring again. And what to do now? I can't bear now. So what he does is just trying to look now. And he's horrified what he sees. He sees the stars. Because stars reflected, you know. So behind those seats was a huge lake, you know. Follow.
Yeah.
Had he jumped, Gustaji says next morning he drags me there. He says, look. I said, yeah, what is there? I said, water. Then he describes to me that luckily Baba clapped, otherwise he wouldn't have found me. Yeah, so that's how he keeps us. Huh?
Yeah, he
He was in silence, he couldn't have shouted, couldn't have done, he would have drowned himself. No,
Behind,
it was just
there was
that.
like just that little.
If you thinking that there would be a ground there, it was just built on the edge of the thing, yeah.
But he couldn't have swum out.
Huh?
He couldn't have swum out of it.
He didn't know to swim. Yeah. That's why Baba always wanted us to know to swim.
This is before the new life then, when this happened. If he was so old and frail, how did he manage to last out the new life?
And that's another thing.
Didn't he have a heart attack during the new life?
No, not Kaka had it.
Kaka.
Eric, can I ask a question about that time, 1950?
Loudly.
Loudly, okay. It's about his physical body at about that time. I know his hair was very fine when he was younger, but around 1950, what was